Goddess Saraswati. Saraswati is the Hindu goddess of learning, wisdom, music, and aesthetics. She is also known as Bharti, Satrupa, Vedmata, Brahmi, Sarda, Vagishwari, and Putkari. As Vak, she is the goddess of speech. Saraswati first appears in the Rigveda, and in later religious texts, she is identified as the inventor of Sanskrit and appropriately gives Ganesha the gift of pens and inks. She is also a patron of the arts and science and the wife of Brahma. Even if the Bengal Vaishnavas consider her first the wife of Vishnu. Saraswati is also worshipped as the goddess of learning in Jainism and by some Buddhist sects. The birth of Saraswati. In the beginning there was chaos. Everything existed in a formless, fluid state. How do I bring order to this disorder? Wondered Brahma, the creator. With knowledge, said Devi, heralded by a peacock, sacred books in one hand and Veena in the other. Dressed in white, Devi emerged from Brahma's mouth, riding a swan as the goddess Saraswati. Knowledge helps man find possibilities where once he saw problems, said the goddess. Under her tutelage, Brahma acquired the ability to sense, think, comprehend, and communicate. He began looking upon chaos with the eyes of wisdom and thus saw the beautiful potential that lay therein. Brahma discovered the melody of mantras in the cacophony of chaos. In his joy, he named Saraswati Vagdevi, goddess of speech and sound. The sound of mantras filled the universe with vital energy or pran. Things began to take shape and the cosmos acquired a structure. The sky dotted with the star rose to form the heavens. The sea sank into the abyss below. The earth stood in between. Gods became lords of the celestial spheres. Demons ruled the nether regions. Humans walked on earth. The sun rose and set. The moon waxed and waned. The tide flowed and ebbed. Seasons changed. Seeds germinated. Plants bloomed and withered. Animals migrated and reproduced as randomness gave way to the rhythm of life. Brahma thus became the creator of the world with Saraswati as his wisdom. Saraswati was the first being to come into Brahma's world. Brahma began to look upon her with eyes of desire. She turned away, saying, all I offer must be used to elevate the spirit, not indulge the senses. Brahma could not control his amorous thoughts and his infatuations for the lovely goddess grew. He continued to stare at Saraswati. He gave himself 4 heads facing every direction so that he could always be able to feast his eyes on Saraswati's beauty. Saraswati moved away from Brahma, first taking the form of a cow. Brahma then followed her as a bull. Saraswati then changed into a mare. Brahma gave chase as a horse. Every time Saraswati turned into a bird or a beast, he followed her as the corresponding male equivalent. No matter how hard Brahma tried, he could not catch Saraswati in any of her forms. The goddess with multiple forms came to be known as Satrupa. She personified material reality, alluring at fleeting. Saraswati and Brahma. In Hindu mythology, Saraswati is the wife of the great god Brahma. However, according to some traditions, she was first the wife of Vishnu. The latter, though, already had his hands full with two other wives, and so he gave Saraswati to Brahma. Although one of the most important Hindu gods, Brahma is rarely actively worshipped. In mythology, this is explained as a result of a curse from Saraswati. The curse was actually brought about through a misunderstanding. One day, when awaiting his wife to begin an important religious ceremony and so unable to start the ritual punctually, Brahma asked the gods' advice. They responded by creating a new wife of him, Gayatri, so that the ceremony could go ahead at the precise time. However, when Saraswati eventually turned up, she saw not best pleased to see her husband with another wife and so caused Brahma never to be worshipped by humanity. Some Hindus believe all creatures were born from the union of Brahma and Saraswati, starting with Manu, the first man. More specifically, Saraswati's son is the Rishi Saraswat. He nourished by the bountiful waters of his mother, was able to withstand the great drought of Hindu mythology and so survive as the definitive repository of the Vedas' sacred text. Worship and rituals. Saraswati's name means elegant, flowing, and watery, and this is indicative of her status as one of the early Aryan boundary rivers. The Saraswati River, just like the Ganges River, flows from the Himalaya and is considered a sacred source of purification, fertility, and good fortune for those who bathe in her waters. The sacred river, again like the Ganges, then developed into the personified deity. The goddess has her own festivals, notably the Saraswati Puja, held on the first day of spring. During the festival, worshippers wear yellow, which is associated with wisdom and prosperity. Statues of the goddess are also draped in yellow silk, and believers pray for blessings on their pens, books, and musical instruments. Children are taught to write for the first time during the festival. Brahmin priests are given fine food, and ancestors are venerated. Saraswati is also worshipped along with other major goddesses in the pan-Indian celebration of Navratri. As the patron of music, she is frequently prayed to by musicians before concerts, and as a goddess of intellectual pursuits by students before examination.